Oh. How do you get rid of that weird line in the tits, the Twitch throwables thing? Or the line. Oh. Never mind, I figured it out. I wonder if do you have to do that every single time? Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard the Audire Astra for a Just Chatting stream with Puzzle Pulsar. We're going to be talking about some starships and giving a general review. Hi Wraith, hi Cass, hi Hatamashi. Good to see you all here today. How's everyone been? Speaking of tits, since when did Puzzle have those? Puzzle's had like a tips for he's had those for a long time. I'm pretty sure he's had them for a while. Just glad it's the weekend, thank God. I feel you. I feel you. Been a long week. By the way, channel redeems. Yep, we should have emotes and redeems now, so be sure to try them out. Let me know if they work. This is my first time setting them up, so I have no idea if I did it correctly. Redeem my own. Oh, looks like that's... Puzzle's supposed to be... No. Puzzle should not be muted. LP. Fine, can you say something now? Oh, wait. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Hang on a sec. What? No, it's on my end. It's on my end. But I'm pretty sure OBS is capturing Discord audio for some reason.
Okay, hold on, I can fix that chat. Didn't work. Oh, I know why it didn't work. Okay.
Okay, can you try talking now?
Test.
Oh, like you can hear him now? Hi, Lev. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. How have you been? I know it feels like it's been so long since I just saw you on stream like 2 hours ago. Also, it was pretty quiet. Yeah, I did have Discord audio turned. Why did I have Discord audio turned on anyways?
Chat,
also,
how's the levels on my end? Oh.
Thank you for following. The Mac. Better now? Yeah. I just had to set it to 0. Also, let me know what you think of the points system. Also, like if my redeems are too expensive or something. How formal? It's like she's saying your legal name. Well, it's your first time in my Twitch chat, so obviously I have to say the whole thing. Also, your overlay and chat, whatever. Thank you. I can't claim any credit for the chat widget because I bought that off of like Etsy, or no, I think it was Vegan or Etsy. So I bought it. I forget where, but it's like a generic thing. But I did make the whole background though. Point costing. The planet throwing redeem reminds you of the rocket launcher equivalent in Wind and Meteor with a claw that shoots planets. It does have because the Twitch thing, the tits only supports like GIFs in terms of animations. So like the explosions have to be like very retro looking. I'm thinking about if I use Warudo for redeems, because I didn't realize it today, but like Twitch has its own programs I have to have open anyway, so I figure if I have to have an extra program open, I may as well just like use Warudo for redeems, and that way I can have like actual particle effects, and you know I have a lot more control over the throwables. So I'm considering doing that. Maybe if I have time this weekend, I will try messing with that, and maybe then I can actually have the system where my laser eyes will be able to shoot down the incoming projectiles.
That'd be cool.
I have it set up in my 3D. I want to see if I can kind of do it for my 2D.
Mm-hmm. That would be pretty cool. Wow. Oh my gosh. Holy heck.
Oh, hi, Northy.
I haven't actually seen your laser eyes before.
Yeah, I don't use them often. But if I can make them like automatically trigger to the redeem. The hard part is getting them to aim at the incoming projectiles. In Marudo, I had it set up with my 3D. It's a kind of a hacky method. I basically have like an invisible Vtuber model that is getting pelted with projectiles. And because Warudo will give me the position. It doesn't give me the position of the projectiles in real time, but it gives me the position of where a projectile hits a VTuber model, and so I can do that in order to create the illusion that they're getting shot down.
Oh, okay.
Hello, hopeless Rurix. Rurix, is that, am I getting that right? Welcome aboard, I am Audire Astra, Starship Vtuber. When your world reaches its end, I will carry you to fairer skies. How have you been? Puzzle has equipped slime storage nodes.
So I should probably, you know, my audience knows about this, but I should probably explain this for your audience. The reason why I'm kind of in the Puzzgirl mode is because this month, my chat earned it because I did a subathon, or not sub, donathon last month, and I said, hey, if we reach this goal, I'll do Puzzgirl for the entire month, and they're like, bet, and they made it. So, yeah. So this is where we're at with this, but yes.
You can call me Renry as your What Do You Pay username cooldown to reset because you're rebranding your thingy. Ah, well, good luck. I think at one point I used the Twitch rename. I removed the underscore. I became, instead of Audire _Astra, I became Audire Astra with proper capitalization. Form lock for normal people. I don't understand. I don't understand what form lock means. I may not be trans enough to understand this term. Followers be strong where there's a goal. Especially if the goal involves like having big tits. I imagine that those are usually pretty popular.
Yes, pretty much. It was very popular with them. It was just the like...
Yeah, I figured, Cass. I figured. I'm not down bad enough to understand these references. Sorry, go ahead, Puzzle.
Oh. Yeah, no, I totally blanked. Yeah, the form lock thing, I know that. I know about that. Basically, it's like, oh no, I'm stuck as a girl kind of a thing, I believe. Thank you so much, Northrop E, for the follow, by the way. So should we get into, like, what we were talking about, or, like, what we mean by Starship review, by the way?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna go we have a list of starships, we're gonna go talking about them, giving our opinions. I don't know if is there a more elaborate explanation? That's my understanding. That's as far as I know.
Oh, one of my friends one of my viewers, what was that? They're like asking about if it's sci-fi or anything, and I would say, it's pretty much like, you know, from all cross sci-fi, basically, it's just the it's like anything that's a starship. So like, you know, if it goes through space and it goes really fast through space and, you know, has some sort of MacGuffin drive that does the thing.
Yeah, that's that is like 99% sci-fi. There are a few like fantasy starships out there, but it's not that many.
Yeah. Unless it's like
Azure Lane starships. I play Azure Lane. I'm pretty sure there's no starships in there. Not yet. There are like there's like time traveling multiversal ships, but I don't believe they have like space capability yet. At least not that I recall. I have been kind of like skipping reading the actual story for a while because they got very long and very wordy recently. But in my recently, I mean like in the past year. Like the stories are getting so long now. It's like I do not have enough time to read all this. Goes through space, goes really fast through space, has a MacGuffin drive, so by that like logic, Thor's hammer counts as a starship. No, because Thor, you can't ride inside Thor's starship or Thor's hammer.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I don't think it has a MacGuffin drive. It just like flies.
It has to transport people. Yeah, it kind of just flies. You throw it and it just goes. Whew.
Well,
Like,
I mean, Thor's hammer does kind of transport Thor. Like, it drags him along with it. So, it does transport people, but you can't, like, sit. It's like, a ship is something that you have to, like, sit inside, right? You can't just, like, mount. Otherwise, like, a horse would be considered a ship, and that's clearly not the case.
Yeah, I mean, you could think that, like, oh, well, by that logic too, a Green Lantern is also a starship.
I mean, a Green Lantern can make a starship because they can do like anything they can imagine, right? But by themselves, they're not a starship. Also, I don't think, at least if you're talking about like MCU Thor, I don't believe he can like actually travel significant distances in space. He's kind of just like. He's not that fast. Like, he's like airplane speed. He's not really like space speed. I don't think he's actually ever shown the ability to go into space on his own power. In the movies.
Yeah. With enough will, they could make a spaceship constructed in a starship. Or a space trip constructed in a starship, mate. Or a star... Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of power, though.
I mean, the whole thing is like they can do anything they can imagine, right? And then, but unfortunately, most of them, all they can imagine is like giant fist or giant hammer.
Or in the recent Superman movie, a giant middle finger to flip a tank.
I mean, that still falls into the category of like giant hand. Although the Superman, he did come up with oven mitts. I'll give him that.
Yeah, that's true too. At one point he was like, that's why I love Guy Gardner. He just like takes that, or like in the background, you know, they're having an intimate scene with like Superman and Lois Lane, and then just you see in the background the Justice Gang is fighting something, and you just see like a green giant baseball bat beating the crap out of it.
Okay, welcome back, Rarix. Wait, sorry. I'm terrible in those games. I already forgot what name you told me to say. Renry, that's what it was.
Truly, a Green Lantern of all time.
Okay, but giant hands are quite versatile. Yes, did you feel the need to put that in both my chats? That was such an important message. Alright, are you using like some kind of app to you're actually like copy pasting the message into both chats at the same time. Okay, credit where it's due. You put in the effort to do so manually. I'll give you credit for that. Are we ready to start with the actual Starships yet?
Yeah, I'm totally ready to start.
Oh, okay. Let me swap over to my screens.
Alright, yeah, I got my title screen up.
Why did that glitch? Whatever.
I have no idea.
I don't know why that glitched. I don't know why. I had some bugs to work out with this transition. Apparently. That's what I get. Good. That's what I get for being like extra ambitious and doing doing things. I am bending OBS to my will in ways God did not intend, and I'm being punished for it.
Oh, I've been there before too.
Okay. Oh, we also need music. I hope you guys are ready for your daily dose of yours music, because that's what I realize I need to do something to not get copyright claimed and be don't copyright claim. Okay.
Good old.
Also, Puzzle needs to be a little taller here.
Oh.
You're just seeing his eyes.
So just like, so what should we do for like, you know, when we both transition slides? Should we just say click or just, like
just
slide
let me know.
Or something?
Just let me know.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I'm on. Yeah, the first slide, of course.
Not Audire Mike Wazowski Puzzle. He's not covered up. He's just a little short. You can only see his eyes.
I'm not short. I'm at least 5'11". I mean, you're way bigger. I mean, than that, but yeah.
I'm like, forget how tall I am. Like, I think I'm like a 6'3" and 6'5" or in heels or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Derry, don't you know about the share chat thing? You can share chat with Puzzle if you stream. Oh. Yeah, I totally forgot that existed. I have no idea how to do that.
I can actually send you an invite if you want.
Sure. Where do I receive the invite?
You're gonna go. It's gonna be on Twitch to get.
Oh, hello, ZoroXMCS. Welcome aboard. I am Audire Astra, Starship Vtuber. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today we are here to review some spaceships. We're going to be talking about spaceships. That's what we're doing here today. Sorry, Puzzle, what was the answer to your question?
So you open up Twitch and then you should get like a notification when I send it.
Oh, okay. Thank you for following LM Type 004.
Wait, what? Why did my stream bot just follow? Oh. Wait, whoops, that was... Okay, I know what happened. Alright, we're off to a great start. I am so sorry. That was my stream bot. I was on the wrong thing. Audire Astra. Okay.
Oh, hi, Brew. Hi, Ray. Or wait, you already said big. Oh, hi, Tommy.
That
was the other person I needed to say hi to.
Tommy! Okay, I just sent you it. Let's do that. So you should have a notification in Twitch.
Okay. What is this? Privacy notice. I assume I don't have to do anything with this.
Yeah, okay, now I just need to click shared chat here. Start sharing chat, and we're good.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. We gestalted the chat. They're now one single entity.
Man, I missed this earlier. Are you using any specific criteria for rating these ship or just going off? I was just planning to go off vibes. I have I have my own list of things, but I didn't like come up with like a rating system. I have my pet peeves and I have my things that I like, and I'm going to talk about them.
We're basically gonna nitpick and idolize our favorite some starships, whether it be our favorite ones or just ones that we find really cool.
Did my BGM autoplay change to something? It's going through a list of it's a YouTube playlist of Hoyoverse music. That's all we're doing in terms of music. If you have ideas for what stuff I can play without getting copyright claimed, I will happily listen. I will take suggestions. Because I tried Lo-Fi Girl once and I realized, oh, okay, can't do that. That stream got the entire audio for that entire stream got nude. So.
Oh no! Have you ever heard of Dova syndrome?
No. Oh wait, I do that. No, that Rushi, or I guess she's fairy now, but recommended that.
Yeah, I use that. I have a bunch of them.
I just want like a quick playlist. I don't have to want to download every single song individually.
Sorry, dog.
Your tentatively slime-adjacent nature has put you at... No, I think you're fine. I think Puzzle needs more like proper slime. I don't think you're slime enough for Puzzle.
Oh.
It just feels a bit distracting. I can turn it down. This particular song might be a little energetic for this stream, but again, if you have suggestions for YouTube playlists, I am willing to take suggestions. Proper slime. It requires
Proof
full
of-
frontal goopification. Yeah, that's puzzle.
Yo, if I had the money for that, I would straight up get like a full-on like slime model. But like that, oh god, that would be so crazy. But like I have, all I have is like a PNG tuber kind of thing for that.
In 3D, if you were 3D, you could just slap on a different shader, and
That is
then
true,
you could slap on
too.
a slime shader.
Yeah, that's right. I have done that. I do have something like that in I have done something like that for VR chat.
Yeah, because I actually have my own custom slime shader that I made for my 3D
Oh,
slimes.
holy heck. That's awesome. Okay, so I think that's enough with the slime talk, guys. What should we go start our the ship review, Audire?
I'm ready to start.
All right, cool. Let's go to the first slide here. This was literally the first one that I thought of, so I'm gonna click now. All right. Anyways, have you ever heard of Oh God, I'm drawing a blank now. Oh, Farscape. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is. This was
Really?
puzzles.
You've never heard of
suggestion.
Farscape?
I have no idea what this is.
Okay, so just a quick, like, you know, telling of the thing. It's a TV show that was in like that was in the 90s or early 2000s, and what it was about was this guy John Crichton, who was flying his spaceship, and he was doing a maneuver, and suddenly he got thrown into a wormhole, and he basically got thrown into like the far end of the the other end of the galaxy, where he encountered this living ship with these refugees on it that were on the run from these basically this imperial faction called the Peacekeepers, and the whole thing is about him living with this crew, and like there's some very interesting stuff in it, like the ship itself, Moya, which is this, as I said, this living ship. It's a Leviathan transport built by these mysterious beings known as the Builders, and they can Moya actually like can reproduce. In fact, like in the first episode, it's told, oh hey, Moya has a she has a baby in her. She's preggers. And the cool thing about the Moya is she doesn't have any kinds of attacks or anything like that. The only countermeasure she has is she's able to do what's called a starburst, which lets her like just jolt across, you know, basically frame shift jump and, you know, get away from things. But yeah, it is in my opinion, one of the cool, like very cool, interesting, like designs. It's so organic. And the crew itself is just this weird ragtag group of crazies. Next slide, I'll show you the interior. I got some pictures here of like the crew and whatnot. And what's interesting about Moya is she's got these little like bioorganic drones that like help fix the ship and
Hello,
whatnot.
Somni.
You know, the crew
Welcome
can fix
aboard.
the ship
Thank
as well,
you for the
but
raid.
like you know, she's able to, you know, upkeep
How
on
was the
herself.
tournament? Did you win? Did you win?
That picture in the far
Did you
left
win,
corner,
Somni? Did you win?
top right left corner, is a picture of Pilot, which is this organism that's kind of like, I don't want to say, yeah, I guess kind of fused with the ship.
How high did you place?
And
did the training pay off?
He basically,
you
you
made
know,
friends. That's good.
pilots
How
the
high did
ship
you
and
place?
whatnot.
At
And
least let me know.
That's a very interesting thing.
How high you
Leviathans,
placed?
yeah, are they usually like someone is chosen from their planet to become a pilot, and it actually cuts their lifespan in like half because they live for quite a while. But overall, the ship's just it's such a very interesting idea. I don't think there's been like I don't know too many, or I'll be quite honest, I'm not like the biggest watcher of like starships and like, you know, oh, this thing and whatnot, but it's just very interesting. You know, the only other like bioorganic like type of ship I can think of is
don't interrupt us.
The TARDIS.
I'm muted. So
I don't know. Do you know of any other like bioorganic ships?
The Yuuzhan Vong. That's a very good one. From Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay.
And also,
yeah.
Yeah. Obviously there's Tyranids, Zerg.
Yeah, Tyranids, Zerg.
I think of Vex. The Lex. Lexx. I believe that was the name. I'm not very familiar with it, but I do believe there were organic ships in that one.
Okay. It also just feels like Genesis Rising. Oh, right, yeah. But, like, this was one of, like, This was, like... Oh, gosh. I remember
I've
just
never
watching
heard of Genesis
this entire
Rising.
show. Oh, I think I remember that one. Yeah, all of the ships are basically, like, living ships in there. And you can alter the ship's DNA, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I also like Tommy. I totally see the pilot kind of looks like Collector General from Mass Effect if he wasn't evil. He's got like a friendly humanoid face instead of the bug eyes, the glowing pupilless bug eyes. Yeah, I totally see what you're getting at.
If I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, and Chad will probably correct me, but I think the Jim Henson Company helped work on this. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, the collectors.
But yeah.
The collector ship from Mass Effect is also like a pseudo-techno-organic thing.
But I feel like also like in sci-fi, when it comes to like, you know, organic ships, they're always usually like, oh, it's the bad guys. They got this weird tech. They're not like us. Yes, yes, I knew it.
Yeah, they're usually not a protagonist thing. Yeah, that's correct. Like the organic ships are usually like antagonists. Although I can think of the Zeely sequence. There is basically like a race of space whales that rent themselves out. They're sentient, and they rent themselves out to be used as organic spaceships.
That's actually kind of cool, not gonna lie. Oh. Lucky, thank you for the follow, by the way.
Tencent Creations.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, though, I've said my piece about Moya. What are your like thoughts on it? Like just from what you've heard.
I mean, I can't really judge too much except based on like the aesthetics, but I like the aesthetics. I'd say with the 3D rendering technology of the time, it doesn't look like I get what they're going for with the organic appearance, but it ends up looking more kind of like artificial that's been shaped to look like organic. But I think that's just a limitation of like the 3D technology at the time. It's pretty hard to pull off like really flesh looking in that day and age, because I imagine this was around like 1990s or something.
1999 to 2003.
Okay, so late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, so that would have been hard.
Mm-hmm. Especially like as a TV show.
Yeah, so I can't judge too much. Well, I like the aesthetic at least. The shape is very pleasing. I like the shape. I will say that. I assume this end is the front. the more solid looking end. I assume that's the front.
Yeah, that's the front. Basically,
Okay.
like the back is like the thrusters kind of thing.
I see.
But yeah, it even oh gosh, I wish I put a picture in it. But there, Moya was modified by the Peacekeepers because she was basically a prisoner at one point, and she had been messed with so much that when her son popped out, it was basically a gunship.
No.
A violent little gunship, and it's like, oh gosh.
So is it, how do they evict people who don't pay? You know what? I don't know if that is ever brought up in the books. I do not actually know.
Moya does feel rather insectoid crustacean, yeah.
I would assume that like if they wanted to evict someone doesn't pay up, they could just like open all the airlocks and be like, good luck. Alright. Because I assume they can control their own airlocks. So like if you're like a saint, someone that you don't want someone out, just like have fun out there. Hi Alex, welcome aboard. Good to see you here today.
Not really related to Moya, but also just in general. I love how in like the first episode when John Crichton like enters the ship and is so confused because he just docked with this thing, and they're in the middle of like a space battle with trying to escape the Peacekeepers.
Anonymous commander.
Everyone's talking like a weird language, and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" And like one of the dudes turns around and just slaps or throws something in his face, and it's like some babblefish thing. And they're like, okay, cool, that Deus Ex Machina is fixed. Let's go. He can now listen to everybody.
When two spaceships love each other very much, they go hire a contract at a dry dock and they get their child designed and built by an architect.
Is it like the first scene in Robots where it's just like, honey, our baby boy is shipped in?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And they built the robot?
When two spaceships love each other very much.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Anyways, they hire contractors, not hire a contract. They gotta be very particular about their architectures. Yeah. Every Starship child is a designer baby.
Oh, no.
Why hire a contract when you can hire a Tell me what? What are you saying? What are you getting at?
Tommy?
Just gonna listen because you're in class at the Memorize Business on Tax Law Make Reviews. Oh, okay. But good luck justifying the existence of taxes. Best of luck. You don't know the video. No, I do not know the video. No.
All right. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes, I am.
All right, cool.
All right. Mine. From like a very unknown starship to like possibly like the most well-known or one of the most well-known starships of all time. We have, of course, the Imperial II Star Destroyer from Star Wars. It's a very... Look. I like this design very much. I have two complaints about it, one of which is not really its fault. My first complaint is that it is literally so famous that like nobody else can do this general shape of spaceship anymore. If you do like a triangular shape spaceship, everyone is going to compare it to Star Wars because Star Wars is this design is so famous that it has completely monopolized triangular starships.
It is the second ship you see in Star Wars, and it dwarfs the first one.
Yes. It takes like 15 seconds to fly by the screen. The pizza's list, yes. So, beyond that, my other criticism of this design, which is otherwise, I think, looks fantastic. So the big advantage of having a wedge-shaped, kind of triangular-shaped starship that gets bigger in the back is that you can have all your weapons aimed forward onto a single point. So you can do like a massive forward-facing barrage. It's like a very practical design. It's a good shape for a starship, which they completely botched because if you see over here, these are the heavy turbo laser batteries, and they are faced towards the side, and they cannot aim forward. At least only the first one can aim forward. The other three can only aim towards the side, meaning this ship, despite having an optimal shape for fighting from the front, it actually has to turn and broadside like a Age of Exploration sailboat. And that is a major design flaw in what is otherwise a very good design.
I mean, in like, if we're talking about the Age of Exploration and whatnot, I mean, all of the Imperial officers have British accents, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I had never noticed that. Oh my gosh, they're not even like staggered or anything.
Yeah, no, the ship is designed for broadsiding, despite having a ship shaped like one would think was designed for forward combat. So guys, you don't think this ship was meant for combat? Yeah, it's meant for combat. So, in terms of their role, Imperial Star Destroyers were basically like all-in-ones. So they were both meant as battleships. They were also meant to like carry occupied territories, like carry troops to occupy planets. They have like their own onboard manufacturing facilities, even some like minor like resource gathering. So like the design philosophy, the reason why Imperial Star Destroyers are bigger than the Star Destroyers in the Republic era is because they are multi-role and meant to operate longer in the field longer term and more independently to patrol the outlying star systems. Because remember, going from the Republic to the Empire, they had to rely more on force occupy to control their territories, which required ships capable of longer term missions and be capable of more roles. So that's the reason for why this looked like this. I also like the view from the back very much. I like the very big engines. I do have a complaint about the engine, which will be discussed later, but like the engines never feel as powerful as they really should be. And I think one other complaint, kind of a general complaint about Starship design, I don't really like it when spaceships need to have like a bridge overlooking the ship, like that's physically like raised high up. That makes it very so that on the Star Destroyer the bridge is actually here, and it's like its position here makes it very vulnerable, because in space combat you shouldn't really be relying on eyesight. Eyesight should not be a major thing, so it's much better just design-wise to bury your command center deep inside the ship where it's well protected. And that way you avoid things like what happened to the Executor during the third Star Wars movie, where someone just crashes a fighter into your bridge and takes out the entire ship. And it's like a very easy way to avoid that situation. You should be able to just manage with screens. Like, in real life naval destroyers, ever since we invented like cameras and electronics, the combat command center of the ships are now buried within the ship. There's still a bridge for normal operations, but like the combat is handled, the CIC is located deep in the ship to protect it.
I think even like, World War II ships, well, not even, when they were refitted, I think, but like like the USS Iowa and New Jersey, they both had like a CIC that was buried within the ship itself. Yeah.
That's the standard. And like in World War II, they didn't have a choice because they didn't have like cameras and controls. They had to like physically go up and see
Oh yeah.
things. But like, and not once you have like technology, you don't have to do that anymore. So Cass says, do you think there's a higher class of warship than this? So the super star destroyers exist, but they are like they're command ships. They're not just like your bread and butter combat ship. The ISD is the Empire's bread and butter combat ships.
Yeah, when one of these like is sitting and hovering over your main city, it's supposed to be a symbol of authority and just like, don't mess with us because we could just glass your planet if we wanted to. Go call some of our buddies and yeah, have some fun.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys remember Mandalore? Yeah, that was fun.
CIC, Combat Information Center.
Yes.
Is like basically the command and control center of the ship. That's like a military acronym.
Mm-hmm.
Now having a view lounge
acronyms.
restaurant there to flex on others, that might make sense for a flagship or a dip. Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Like, I didn't put it in this presentation, but like the Confederate ships, they always remind me of like pens or mechanical pencils, but they have like a big long ass viewing deck on a pole, and it's very silly. This is a weapon of terror. This is a weapon of war. Well, it's meant to be a weapon of war. It's just like not very well designed because
yeah, it isn't.
I mean, I do believe. My understanding is that the original Star Destroyer model, like the physical models they used in the original movie, didn't have these broadside guns. Like, that was like added later with like when they started doing the 3D modeling and stuff. And like the original, they didn't have any idea what all these things were. Like none of these had like a purpose. They were all just like there to make it look detailed. There'd probably be a few reasonable visually see-through windows on a ship that's airlocked away from the main body and outside the primary armor. Yeah, indeed. So, windows on a spaceship, like the only really purpose would be like psychological, like for crew comfort. And even then, it's like they'd only be used in like select contexts. Like most of the time, if you're in deep space, there's not going to be anything to look at. It's only when you're like orbiting around a planet, there's going to be like something to look at and actually be psychologically comforted. Otherwise, you're just staring out into the void of space all the time, which is not very psychologically comforting for most people.
Even in the real world, I think like airplanes and whatnot, they want to use just big flat panel screens instead of like, because also the other thing is windows are a structural
windows are a structural weakness.
Yes.
Legion,
I mean, there's a
Mass Effect
reason. Yeah. Also the other thing is that like look at the windows on the lunar lander. They were so freaking small.
Probably helpful for landing and docking and science stuff. I mean, a Star Destroyer is not meant to land. These ships are not meant to ever land.
No,
I guess they can.
No.
I guess they can actually dock because I'm pretty sure in Rogue One they showed that Star Destroyers can actually dock on the Death Star. So they can dock to like space stations, I guess.
Yeah.
Even then though, like, you'd be relying on your cameras. Jesus. Most cars these days have cameras for parking. You think that in the future starships wouldn't have cameras for parking?
There was no. I was thinking Thrawn's Star Destroyer, the Chimera, landed. Sorta. Well, no, it didn't even land. It kind of just went up to the spire and hovered over it.
No, yeah, I don't think it just hovers over things.
Yeah.
Thank you for following. Rexina Clown Car. Welcome. Oh, also thank you for following
Rex.
Sweetest Nuts. I believe I missed that one.
Hello, Rex.
Thank you very much.
It's Rex in a clown car. I know it's
Oh,
weird.
Rex in a. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yes.
Rex in a clown car. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, it's confusing at first. I did the same thing.
Most
yeah.
likely you'd have lounges or gardens with what amount of monitors behind fake interior windows. Yeah. Like you could just have a screen that looks like a window. And with a screen you can like change it. Pleasing images of like greenery and nature and like pretend like you're on a planet instead of in a spaceship. So much better than actual windows.
Yeah.
Well, hi Novi. Welcome aboard. Good to see you here today. Thank you for following Booster Buffalo.
Other than the bridge, like, does the Star Destroyer even have any other windows, though? I mean, I guess.
I mean, they have, like, there's, like, micro windows, like, along the sides and stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
And so it's like,
Gosh,
but the bridge is the main, like, obvious point of vulnerability.
Mm-hmm. I never noticed this detail, but on the back of the Star Destroyer, is that like another docking port? I didn't even notice that. Huh.
I have no idea. Oh, that might be actually, I think that's the garbage chute. Because the Millennium Falcon was like attached to the back of this. And then when they ejected the garbage, they like drifted off with it. So I think that might be like the garbage ejection chute.
That is a massive garbage ejection chute.
Yeah. Well, it's a big ship. So they generate lots of garbage.
What were you going to say about the thrusters, by the way?
Oh, I was going to say they're never as powerful as they should be.
Oh, right.
I have a longer deep discussion about that with one of the subsequent ships.
Okay, cool. Infinite waste is expected from the Empire. Very true.
And they kind of just like compact it and throw it out into space. They're contributing to Kessler syndrome.
I will say, going to the bridge comment, like that is like crashing into the bridge and wiping out command. That is like the second time I've seen, or I think it's happened more than like twice in sci-fi, but like it's always one of those just cliche tropes of, yeah, we defeated them because of their obvious flaw.
Yeah, no, it's definitely happened more than twice. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's how they take out Ronan's flagship. The raccoon just crashes their ship into the bridge, which is even more egregious because that ship, the bridge is just open. There's not even a window. It's just open.
Open. Oh, it's just open to the air. The other one I was thinking
he just flies through, and the entire ship crashes.
The one I was thinking of
I have so many complaints about spaceships in Marvel, in the MCU. Spaceships in the MCU are so pathetic. They are legitimately objectively like the weakest and worst spaceships in like all of science fiction. They're just pathetic. Yeah. They blow up as soon as anyone sneezes at them.
The one I was thinking of was in BattleTech, where like one of the people kamikazes the capital ship of like one of the Clan Wolf, and literally wipes out like half of command, including like the leader of the invasion. And it's like, oh, the clans are like, oh no, our leader just died. We need to go back to our home planets, far, far, far away from the conflict, to find a new leader. And it literally takes them a year.
Yeah, I think that one is inspired by like the Mongols. Who, like, I don't know if it's actually true, but like I've heard that like when
clans in general,
when the Khan died, the Mongols would have to like reconvene to pick a new make a new Khan, and would like be a reprieve.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Just made up
such...
it's so bad. Look, the scene in Guardians of the I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where it's like this entire like fleet of the Sovereign like is shooting at the protagonist spaceship for like an extended period of time. They're like just
Yes.
the entire fleet is just shooting them for like a good like 30 seconds, and all it does is like crack their windows. That's all it does. When they crash into the trees later, it does way more damage than having this entire fleet bombarding them from both directions for 30 seconds. And like, so like their ship it's not even like super durable or anything. Like the protagonist spaceship, the Milano. And also, I don't know if you noticed, despite the fact that the Milano is literally just floating dead in space, it's not even moving anything, half the fleet is missing their shots. They're all most of them are missing their shots. The few are actually landing against a stationary target at like, they're only like 20 meters away. It's like, oh my god, you guys suck so much. I hate you all. I hate you all.
Okay. You ready to go to the next one?
Yeah. Audire, have you been wearing out your voice? Yeah, a little bit.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, this is I know of this one. I don't know that well though.
Okay, so this is the UNSC Pillar of Autumn. It is a Halcyon class frigate, and basically this is the one that escaped Reach with Master Chief and Cortana, and ended up finding Halo. And it's like, oh hey, we found Halo, OMG. And what I love about these ships is that they're tough as nails. Like, the UNSC really knew what they were doing, even though they didn't really expect to fight a war with the Covenant. And just, you know, this is, it's kind of like a nod to their name, like Halcyon class. It's like, oh, it's the Halcyon days, you know, the good times. But, you know, now it's not the good times, and we're getting our asses kicked.
I can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah,
so
sure.
Riddick says, looks like a gun. Oh, that's because it is.
Yeah, that's because it is. It's like a A10. It's like a giant A10 Warthog in space. There's in the front here, like on the nose section, there's a giant mag cannon that is almost the entire length of the ship, other than like the backside of it. It's stupid massive. And then it just, like, you know, shoots a giant rod of, I think it's either tungsten or nickel, into your enemy, because F them, and they, you know, they don't deserve to exist. But
I think it's probably tungsten. I never heard of nickel being used for a mass driver before.
I think it's in BattleTech, but yeah, it's probably tungsten.
Oh,
Gotta
hi,
throw
Michelle.
those rods from gods at people. But yeah, the thing that's, my gripe is, like, it looks very, all of the UNSC ships look very flat and just, like, you know, one way. And, like, as cool as it is to have a massive F-off gun on the front of the ship, it's like, just like the problem, we're back to the Star Destroyer problem. You need to maneuver the entire ship. But like the armament on this thing, you know, it's made for a full-on invade, or the armament and troop capacity of this thing. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but it's like literally ready to just like invade a planet, or a ring-shaped planet.
Michelle,
if
your
it's,
comment
you know,
made me laugh.
Halo.
Listen.
But the cool thing too is that the interior of the ship is like all honeycomb shaped, so they're all hexagonal grids, and compartmentalized in that way, so that these things are built to be just tough as hell. You know, if you want to talk flat, you should pull out the UNSC longswords. Oh gosh, yes, those things are flat boys as well. But yeah, just the fact that, like, the Pillar of Autumn itself, you know, it was strong enough to take a beating from the entire Covenant fleet, crash land on Halo, and then Master Chief goes in and goes, lol, I'll go and just, you know, Keyes is like, okay, you gotta go detonate the reactor on the freaking thing. This is my other gripe with the UNSC Pillar of Autumn, is that the Warthog run at the end of the game to escape the thing. This ship's, I forgot how long the ship was, but the actual like Warthog level was like,
it's way bigger than the actual ship.
It's way bigger than the actual ship. It's like, what the hell's going on here? But yeah, like the way, you know, I mean, yeah, they had their Deus Ex MacGuffin, you know, hot AI babe to like, you know, kind of turn the tide on the Covenant, but like this was the freaking like blow, or you know, the Pillar of Autumn was basically the killing blow to the Halo. You've played Halo, or have you played Halo before, Audire?
Not really.
Ah, okay. How much do you know about the Halcyon class?
Not the most. What I know about Halo is from osmosis, like from like
okay.
other people who know about it. It's like I know I've seen this enough to recognize it as a Halo ship. I don't really recognize the details.
Okay.
I briefly tried to play the Halo original remake, but the thing that happened that always happens when I try to play like first-person shooters, when I got very bored, and like the first few levels, and it's like, no, I can't keep going.
It does. I will say that it is Halo is kind of a slow burn. It can get slow at times, especially when it's just like, cover this field of grass. Oh hey, there's Covenant above you, and then it's like, oh hey, here's the grunts, go kill them, and you know, and then when you freaking like die, and then it's just like, oh.
Also,
hey,
Michelle, this is Puzzle Pulsar.
Oh, low tower.
He is space rabbit.
Hello.
I forget your
Yes, I
name.
am a space bunny. I am an alien space bunny. Basically, like, I'm basically a space park ranger now.
Audire hates slow burns. It's not that it's a slow burn. It's just that the gameplay I found very boring. I just find FPS most like the level design and the enemies, like the actual game. I just find it very boring. Just like wander around.
If you found that boring, you'd
get lost a lot, and just shoot things.
You would hate the library in Halo then. It's very repetitive. It's just like, oh hey, more flood. More flood. Even more flood. There's a dude who he did like a cursed Halo mod, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna make this more exciting for my players by adding in math puzzles to the level. God, don't remind me of the library. I'm reminding you of the library.
Yeah, so as far as oops.
Go on.
Oh, I was like, as far as my commentary on like this design, this is one of my pet peeves about like Starship design in general, and it's not really Halo's fault because I think Halo helped to codify the trope. But I don't like how human spaceships in sci-fi have all just converged upon this look, which is just like rectangles. We have like big rectangle with smaller rectangles. And I know when you look at it from a front, they're technically like hexagons, but like when you look at it from the side, they're rectangles. Right?
It's rectangle.
And like every single human like faction in sci-fi, every single faction in sci-fi always just has one. Every sci-fi franchise just has one faction whose ships all look like this, and they're usually like the generic human faction. This has just become like the most generic looking sci-fi ship. And I believe the Alien, the movie, was what first initiated this trend,
Yes.
and like Halo followed it up, and that helps solidify this trend. So I don't blame Halo for doing it like this, but if a new sci-fi franchise comes out now and there's ships look like this, and I will absolutely blame them for being lazy.
You're getting okay. Hold on, Michael or Michelle. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way. And Audire, why am I getting ads for? I can explain that. So because you're technically watching on my channel as well, you're getting because one of the games that I most play is Elite Dangerous. You're getting one for that.
Oh, I have no idea. I set the ads to like, so I disabled pre-roll ads and I did like set them to auto. So like, I don't know how Twitch ads work. I don't know how to manually start ad breaks or like pick what ads I'm showing. So like they're just showing whatever Twitch decides to show.
Yeah, no, you can't really show
If you
it.
want to watch with an ad-free experience, you can always just watch on YouTube. I will say that. I multi-stream there. YouTube is also there.
Huh?
I think it's just because that's what people seem to think that like a natural design evolution of Earth vehicles would be. I mean, other than the Cybertruck, we don't design vehicles that look like bricks. Like, our airplanes do not look like this. Our rockets do not look like this. I
mean, if
It's
Elon
like-
had his
like water
way,
ships.
everything
this.
would, every single spaceship would look like the Starship, and would be like. Starship kind of looks very retro. Come to think about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's still
Like
very
you
round.
look at the, it is very
Yeah.
round.
The chrome. It's like, it does look very retro.
They saw it.
It
in
also,
the
it
A1
also, like, they keep blowing that up on the launch pad, so.
They saw the M1. Yeah, it does. The M1 Abrams kind of having a polygonal armor and decided that's how everything was. Ah, yes, everything must. But yeah, it is like they're. Ah, gosh, I wish I put it in there. I don't know if it constitutes as a Starship though. Firefly. That was a good design. Holy crap. You can't take.
Wasn't that already a
stars from
Babylon
me.
finding? I think Alien came out before Babylon. Alien, let me see this.
Yeah, Alien did, I think.
Yeah, Alien was 1979. Babylon Find was like 1994. Like, Alien is old. As far as I
Old,
could tell, like,
yeah.
Alien is like the first big sci-fi thing to do the blocky spaceship, like blocky rectangular spaceship design. Like, you can make an argument Star Wars ships are kind of blocky, but they're like, as we talk about, they're triangular. They are not
Yeah.
blocky. They are not rectangulars.
Well, I mean, the shapes of Star Wars ships are yes. Because they come in all sorts of things. You got like the Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon, which is very circular. You got like some that are a long boy, some that are like
Yeah,
like
there's
the
lots. There's lots of
freaking Mon
variation.
Calamari that just look like they have pimples on it.
Yeah, but I'm
Blisters.
talking about like the most recognizable ones are definitely the Star Destroyers.
Oh gosh,
Also,
yes.
fun fact about the Millennium Falcon. I don't know if this is common knowledge or not, but do you know what the design inspiration for the Millennium Falcon was?
A pizza cutter?
No, it was, I believe it was George Lucas was eating a hamburger and it had an olive in it. So he took one bite out of the burger, placed it down, and put the olive next to it. And that was the inspiration for the Millennium Falcon.
I could totally see that.
Star Wars ships on the exterior looks like for a circuit board that makes it feel blocky. Yeah,
They have that greeblin.
there's other, yeah. Yeah,
God, I
but
love
that's my like
Greeblin.
favorite. That's genuinely just my favorite thing about the Millennium Falcon is that was. You could tell
Okay.
they're American because when you tell an American to design a spaceship, imagine a burger.
Imagine Borger. Are you ready to go to the next one?
Yes. Speaking of real spaceships, this is blocky raised spacecraft, or what a lot of people might think as being more utilitarian. Again, speaking of realistic utilitarian designs, my favorite realistic spaceship, the ISV Venture Star from Avatar. Look, tell me what you want about the Avatar movies, the actual plots, whatever. The human tech at the Avatar movies is legitimately so cool.
It does, yeah. I will wholeheartedly agree there.
Like this is what utilitarian spaceship design looks like, because when you're talking about what really like evolution of spaceships would look like, you don't need, like, there's no point having all these giant blocks, right?
That's
and like
just
everything,
weight. That's resources, yeah.
Yeah, that's extra rate, that's extra resources. Well, thank you for following Bash Tour. Welcome aboard. I'm Audire Astra, Starship Vtuber. When your world reaches its end, I will take you to fairer skies. Okay. So everything about this design has a purpose. So the reason why it has this long truss is because the crew quarters are here in the middle. You want to put distance between that and the reactor core due to the radiation. And that's why, ultimately, why it has this like long design. Why it has these trusses is because it's tension-based designs are much stronger than compression-based ones. And so it's much easier to have the engines here in the front and pull the rest of the ship along. And that is actually a much more stronger design than to have them at the end pushing the ship forward. Obviously, you have the giant radiators because they give off a lot of heat. And obviously, heat dissipation is a thing that is like completely ignored in 99.9999% of sci-fi ships.
Oh gosh, yes.
And the other last major design element is like this looks like a solar panel. So it's actually like it's a laser sail. That's so.
Yeah.
The way these ships launch from Earth is that they get hit with, they shine a gigantic laser onto this, and they use that as a form of propulsion to be launched from Earth. And the antimatter engines are used like for the rest of the journey, as well as the deceleration phase. Why does it have a long antenna on the front? I don't actually know what that is. That might be the sensors. I'm not actually sure what exactly that is. Oh, and the other thing. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to like the power of the engines. Why, of all people, why is Steven Spielberg the only person in all of Hollywood who understands that Starship engines are powerful? Like, we see when a Star Destroyer, you can go around the back of a Star Destroyer as it accelerates. Nothing happens. There is no damage. When ships in Star Wars zoom around, or any other sci-fi franchise zoom around, like, if you can stand right behind them as they accelerate, nothing happens. You get pushed back, maybe. That's like the most that happens in like 99.999% of the sci-fi. Leave it to Steven Spielberg, the only person who understands that in order to move a massive object interstellar distances, your engines have to be crazy powerful. They are so powerful that if they ever entered the atmosphere, they would destroy everything for miles around. In the freaking Rogue One movie, when that Star Destroyer is hovering over the city and it decides to leave, that city should be gone. That there is no city anymore. Just firing its engines should be more than enough to completely obliterate that city. You don't need the freaking Death Star to destroy a tiny little city like that. And there's actually, in hard sci-fi, there's this concept called the Kazinci lesson. It's a Kzinti. It's based on a short story about in the far future, the human race colonizes the solar system, and basically we become like a utopia. And we don't have weapons anymore. Our ships fly around the solar system. They don't have any weapons. And so an alien race comes and tries to conquer humanity, thinking that we'd be easy because there are no, there's no weapons. They're pacifists. And only to realize to learn that because humanity has starships, and starship engines are just weapons that are being used for propulsion. And so the CC lesson is, if you have a spaceship, you have a weapon, essentially. Anyways, a reaction drives efficiency. Oh yeah, that's it. The reaction drives efficiency as a weapon is direct proportion to its efficiency. Oh, okay. So you know a two-burster. Because of tone, Star Wars is sci-fi fantasy adventure to let you be scientifically accurate unless it want. It's not even just about. It's not even about like realism. It's just like suspension of disbelief. When you see like multi-kilometer long hunks of metal moving around, like look at the size of these engines. Like the average person has seen a rocket before. They've seen a rocket launch. They've seen like a jet plane. You see giant engines like this. They should do something. It doesn't feel right for them to just do nothing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I will say I do like the... Oh, go on.
Speaking of reaction coupling, holy shit, why is Puzzle not falling over without that bouncing?
I don't know. I'm always constantly in 0G or something.
You kind of have a similar problem with all the lasers moving so slow. You know, they're not technically supposed to be actual lasers according to Loper. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see, like, actual lasers. Like laser guns in sci-fi sometimes. Yeah, which, with the spinal gun, I thought I was thinking about this during the spinal gun discussion earlier. It's like, I see a lot of, like, mass driver spinal weapons. You don't really see, like, laser-based, or, like, energy-based, spinal weapons, really. Even though, like, a particle cannon would benefit from being a spinal weapon the exact same way as a mass driver. That basically is a mass driver. It just shoots like a very small amount of material very fast. Anyways.
Those radiators.
Well, I understand like I understand why blasters exist. Like you got the slow-moving sci-fi bolts. It's easier for the audience to follow who's shooting at what. Well, there's the wave motion gun. Oh yeah, the wave motion gun. That would be the most iconic, like, energy-based spinal weapon. The Eclipse from Star Wars, the expanded universe, also has one. It has like a spinal super laser.
Super laser.
Okay, that's all I had to say about that one.
I will say it is such a cool looking ship. I don't know too much about the avatars things. I watched the first one and was like, okay, that's cool. But like, yeah, looking back at this design, holy crap. I love the idea of like, solar lasers. It's very like grounded tech kind of thing. And then what else? Or what was I thinking? It kind of reminds me of how in BattleTech, going back to that, they have like these types of ships called jump ships, and what they do is they have like these solar sails that collect. This is totally different, but it has like a solar sail that pops out and collects radiation from like helium from the sun, and then uses that to like use its frame shift or its jump drive. And like I love that kind of aesthetic of just like giant sail or like giant mirror. Like we only saw like in like the Star Wars franchise one ship that was like that, and that was like Count Dooku's ship. I think there was more. I can't remember though.
Yeah. No, I think it's Count Dooku's ship is the only solar sail in Star Wars that I'm aware of.
Yeah, jump ships are kind of weird because they're not orbiting the star; they're just stationary. Yeah, they are, but it's still cool. I'll be quite honest, I was tempted to put an Elite Dangerous ship on here, but I'm like, yeah. But yeah. Anyways, are you ready for the next one? I mean, I don't have
Yep.
too much else other than like cool
Yeah, no,
spine, but if
that's
there
all I
was
have to say
actual
about.
space if there was actual space combat, I don't know if that spine design would help. But like there is no space combat in that. All right, oh boy, here we go.
Well, actually, I mean, on that on that subject, like, so in realistic space combat, like, you can't really take a lot of hits. Like, with
Yeah.
modern, like, it's the same thing with modern, like, naval combat. If you get hit, you're dead. You can't, we don't have battleships anymore because armoring is kind of pointless because the power of weapons outpaces our ability to defend against them so much. Like, active defense is the name of the game. You want to stop yourself from getting shot at. Like,
that is true.
if you
or
think
running
about, like,
over a mine.
like right now in Ukraine, like, the $15 hobby drones, like, basically like, completely negated modern armored warfare.
Yes. Who will win? One 15 or a very expensive T91 or a little hobby drone with very spicy plastic or with very spicy explosives.
Yeah, so like
the,
unless you have like magic energy shields or something like that, you're not really realistically taking any kind of hits. And if you're relying on magic energy shields, I mean, like, the trust is not going to be that big of a problem.
very true. Anyways, going on to the next ship. It's everyone's favorite ship, guys. It is the Super Destroyer from Helldivers.
Helldivers 2. Also,
Helldivers
let me
2.
respond to a chat. You think the proliferation of carriers also played a part in making add ships? It made so yes and no. It talk when I say battleships are obsolete, what I meant is like armor is obsolete. Like, it's not just battleships that are obsolete. Like, we don't armor ships anymore at all. Like, we use like destroyers and like missile cruisers, and they're all essentially unarmored. Versus battleships. Ships used to have armor. Like, the British used to have armored aircraft carriers. And so, like, and that was actually to their benefit in World War II because, so American aircraft carriers during World War II had wooden decks. And so Japanese kamikaze pilots, their kamikaze would easily penetrate the decks and cause massive damage. British carriers had armored decks. And so when the Japanese pilots would try to kamikaze them, like, the joke was they would just say, "Sweepers, man your brooms."
Yep. If I remember, the full quote is something like, when our ships get hit by a kamikaze, it's 6 months at Pearl Harbor. When a British ship gets hit, they just ask them to get the sweepers out.
Yeah, something like
Which, I mean, no one expected to, well, I mean, no one expected towards like the end of the war that the Japanese would get desperate enough to, turn their pilots into biological
cruise missiles.
Cruise missiles.
Also,
Essentially,
are non-FTL capable ships allowed? I mean, so we didn't really take some missions because, like, the goal here, like, to talk about ships we actually know about.
Yeah.
As opposed to just user-submitted ones that we might not know a lot about. Because if you submit something we don't know anything about, well, I can only be able to judge it on aesthetics, really.
Speaking of ships that we know a lot about, the Super Destroyer from Helldivers. Oh my god, I love this ship. It's supposed, Helldivers itself is supposed to be very nonsensical and really poke fun at like authoritarianism and just like the whole idea of a space empire, but it's about democracy, guys. And it's just great to see these iconic ships just, oh no, the Tyranids, the automatons, or the squids are attacking Terminids.
Terminids, not Tyranids. Different franchise.
Oh god, no, that would be
very different franchise.
Well, could you imagine them going after Tyranids? Oh god, Helldivers would not survive. There'd be a lot more casualties. But anyways, what I love about this ship is when the Helldivers are called to a planet, they just come out in droves, and just the turrets and all of this armor is and all of this equipment on it, including the Eagle One, including the Pelican, are just there for four idiots that have dropped down on a planet and are just there to F shit up. And especially for like the automatons and the squids, that must be like the most, oh god, not them again, moment when they like look up and there's just 4 super destroyers over the overhead. Like, this thing, it's just amazing how much ordnance they pack into such, like, when you look at the ship itself, it's so small. If I remember correctly, it's not like this, it's not like the others in our list that are like massive spiny boy, this giant star destroyers or Moya. It's just like little destroyer that just like throws idiots onto the, like, I seriously don't know what the specs are.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's pretty small. So this window here is actually the window that you look out of. So I actually have the 3D model for the Super Destroyer downloaded on my computer, and I have been able to look at it in close up. My biggest complaint is that this place here is where the hell pods are supposed to come out of.
Yeah.
But it does not actually holes for them to come out of on the model. That's my biggest complaint about this.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Really, just God. Yes. Like what I was looking at, I was trying really hard to find out where the hell pods come out of. It's like there's not really anything there. Not even very smart weapons are over. Yeah, they're gun-fired artillery, and they're muzzle loaded by default. And unless you get an upgrade. Yeah. So, don't they have a hatch that opens? Apparently it's not on the... If it's on a 3D model, I don't see it.
Yeah, there's like a hatch, like in the cutscene, usually there's like a hatch that opens and then it shoots down the pods and then it closes.
It doesn't look very obvious to me then. I might just be missing it, but... on the 3D model, it just looks kind of like flat. Anyways,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Under a microscope, these ships are ridiculous. Like, like chat said, yeah, they're dumbfired. They have lasers that. Oh, yeah, sure, they track enemies, but boy howdy do they have, they'll kill you if they want to.
Yeah, like for a Helldiver to call in, they have a limited, like, the thing is, the Super Destroyer is mainly limited by budget. Like, if you're a trader, the budget to kill a trader is unlimited. The budget to actually like support a Helldiver is like one bombardment every like 3 minutes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the insane thing, the way they're designed, so the Super Earth basically has like RTS logic in terms of their logistics. So if you think about it, when you're like parked over a automaton operation, you see like a super destroyer get shot and explode like once every like 5 minutes, probably less. And if you figure that out, so you like every so like there's 10 levels of difficulty. Every difficulty has 4 operations, so that's 40. So that's 40 like per planet, and then you add on top of that the number of automaton planets there are. Let's say like there's 5 of them. So you figure like Super Earth is losing like 10, 20 super destroyers per minute, and they have been since the start of the game. They have been losing like 20 super destroyers a minute for like over a year now, and it has not this has not impacted their warfighting capability whatsoever. They are cranking these guys out off the assembling line. The super destroyers are like, these are like they are Zergier than the Zerg. The frickin' Zerg do not multiply this quickly. Like me, like we talk about like Tyrannid. Helldivers are actually the Tyranids of the Helldivers 2 universe. They just keep coming. There's like an infinite number. Like a billion Helldivers will die in like a day on one planet, and they just keep coming. They never freaking run out. We cannot run out of Helldivers. They just keep up. It's Super Earth just had like a RTS planet where like you just have a barracks and you just keep cranking them out. Every like 30 seconds a new Helldiver pops up.
I'd like to imagine that every time we like load up a new or load into Helldivers, it's just a new like super destroyer. Yours has already been destroyed when you logged out, but like when you log back in, there's just a new super destroyer with a new name, and the crew is just somehow vaguely similar. Cranking my no.
Exactly. Cranking your
and like
what?
We haven't seen. I don't know. Don't. Oh, that's good. Not from my chat. I was about to be like, oh, that's from my chat. Don't worry about them. But like,
it's Northy. I know Northy.
Okay. It's. Oh God, it's just, and like this, the Seaf have other like ships. We just haven't seen them. Like, it's not like the whole thing is Helldivers. It's just the only things that we interact with because we're basically the freaking crayon-eating Marines. The freaking all we see are these things.
Yeah, like, so you think about like 1 billion Helldivers die in a day. Like, how many Seaf are there? How many Seaf are dying? Like, we are literally losing like 10 billion. Like, we are probably like Super Earth is probably like invading planets with like an army of like 100 billion strong, and they're like losing like 10, 20 billion soldiers for every planet we win, and they just keep doing this. Like, it doesn't bother them at all.
At the end
they can just keep going.
At the end of the second galactic war, there's just gonna be a planet, and it's just an entire memorial planet that just has the name of every single person who's died in the pursuit of democracy.
Yeah, that or they have the Infinite Factory from Limits the Bonafide. They have to have some. They have some kind of cloning thing or whatever, like accelerated growth. I don't know. They gotta have something. Their logistics are
crazy
insane.
Stuff is going on. Yes.
We're not even talking about the Starship. Oh, this is all Starship adjacent.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's. I mean, it is technically I would argue that the Super Destroyer from Helldivers 2 is adjacent or is a Starship for the purpose that it does have an FTL drive. And jump
it's
to
definitely
other
a Starship.
Yeah.
But like, we're talking about the logistics associated with like these Starships, and I think it's still close enough to Starship related. They turned every planet into endless suburban hellscapes. Yeah. I mean, like the size. Go ahead.
If you look at it from the squid and the automaton's perspective, yeah. It's like, oh god, what have they done to these planets? They have astroturf everywhere.
Oh yeah, like we're actually, I mean, we're actually getting Automaton Factory World soon, apparently. Soon-ish.
Yes.
Soon TM.
Let's go.
But yeah, like, I mean, like, an Earth super, like, any one of, like, this super cities in Helldivers, like, based on the size, I was like, there's probably, like, 1 billion people living in every single one, but even then,
Yes.
I don't know where would the other, even then, that's not really enough to explain where all these Helldivers are coming from.
I think that Arrowhead's just gonna come up with the excuse that, yeah, they're backwater yokels from, like, you know, a plant. Like, I feel like a lot of these Helldivers are just like, well, they're all Seaf soldiers, but I bet like Seaf gets a lot of their people from, like, you know, backwater planets and whatnot, you know, and just like the edge of like Colin, you know, whereas like people that are on Super Earth are just like, whatever. You know, this conflict's going on. It's not going to show up at our door. Oh, no.
Yeah.
God, those squids. F them so hard.
God, think of the amount of weaponized physics that's going to happen on the Automaton Super. I can't wait to fight on the surface of the Automaton Death Star.
Oh, lordy. Okay, are we ready to go to the next one?
Yes, next one.
I think I've said my piece. All right, what
is... This is,
Oh.
the Spear of Adun from StarCraft 2. It's actually one of the ships I use as a design reference or inspiration.
I was about to say that. I'm like, that's very Audire coded. I wonder if it was an inspiration.
Yeah, it was. What?
My life.
So it's a bit spikier than me, but generally speaking. But yeah, it was. Protoss were one of my design inspirations. Oh, got an yes, it's an RTS thing. So the Spear of Adun, this is the largest spaceship that we've reviewed so far on this list. This is like 74 kilometers long. So the story behind it. So at the height of their power, the Protoss Empire built 3 arc ships that were supposed to carry their entire civilization in a time of crisis. And by the time StarCraft 2 rolls around, the Spear of Adun is the only one left. The other 2 were destroyed in the Zerg invasion of their homeworld. And for the game, this is basically your mobile home base that you fly around in for the entire duration of the game. And yes. So despite being, this is like actually like by far the largest spaceship in the entire franchise, the StarCraft franchise, but there is a rather kind of sad moment early in the game where like some Terran ship like hits you, tries to shoot you with some nuclear missiles, and like the entire ship has to do like an emergency jump to get out of the way. And I'm like, bro, the Terran battle cruisers are so small, they'd just be like dots in this image. Like, I don't think you needed to do that, guys. That's just a little sad. It's bigger than some cities. It's bigger than most cities. 74 kilometers is huge. Like,
yeah,
I think it's bigger than any like incorporated city. If you count like extended metropolitan areas, there are some bigger than 74 kilometers. But this is definitely, well, like it's definitely. If you're talking about like cities proper, it's bigger than I'm pretty sure any city on Earth. Well, that the ship had warriors and whatnot in hibernation ready after letting the ship got used to once again. Yeah, well, they had to come up with an explanation why you had. It's an RTS, so you needed to have soldiers. You need to be able to build soldiers, and you need an explanation for that. Because otherwise, like, because when you were like trying to escape from Ire, it's like you've got like 5 guys with you.
Wait, 74 miles? That's longer than the state of Rhode Island.
Kilometers. Kilometers, not miles.
Oh wait. Hold on then. Let me do my calculations here. Oh,
actually, so it's about the same as apparently Rhode Island is 77 kilometers.
Yeah, no, it's actually long. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's literally the size of Rhode Island. It's Rhode Island
Yeah.
in space.
Can just imagine the shape of Rhode Island and the back air floating behind it.
Gosh dang it.
I mean, if it's StarCraft, it's just retooled other stuff. That's true for StarCraft 1. StarCraft 2 definitely expands its own lore that has nothing to do with StarCraft 1. Like, StarCraft 2 was a lot further away from the Warhammer 40k original inspirations.
We must construct additional pylons. I wonder how many pylons that ship has.
Oh, I guess technically they like the entire ship is one giant pylon. I'm pretty sure you can build like anywhere on it. Oh, okay.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I think we're on the next one. This one's all you. I mean, I know about this one too, so I can.
Yeah. Okay, everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. The Normandy, specifically the SR2, because the SR1 blew up, and yeah, it you know, like
it's okay. The replacement is much sexier.
It's so much sexier. One, the paint and the livery on it is just perfect. A lot of the ships in I love a lot of the ships in Mass Effect. Mass Effect's probably one of my favorite like sci-fi franchises. Just the whole idea, I mean, yeah, it's basically playing in space, but it does some really cool stuff with it, like the thrusters, like having the maneuverability, or what would it be
so
called?
on the subject of the thrusters, the Normandy does one really cool thing, which almost nobody does. It has reverse thrusters. It has forward pointing thrusters as well as rear facing thrusters, and that's actually like such a super cool design thing.
Obviously it's one of the well, I don't know. It has its own like onboard AI that's an actual AI, because Cerberus don't give two shits about, space law. I think it has an upgraded FTL drive, or whatever it was called in Mass Effect, Mass Drive.
Yeah. ESO drive, or I forget what the technical. I know ESO drive is a colloquial term. I forget what the technical term is.
Yes, ESO drive. But like it was such an iconic hero ship, and such a, like a lot of people argue, the best shit game or in the franchise, Mass Effect 2. Jamie, thank you for the raid. What's up? Just to give you guys for our raiders here, we are doing a Starship review. Let me
Element
give you a
0,
shout
yeah,
out
Element
here.
0 is the short is referred to as ESO in universe as colloquially.
Hello,
Also,
Miss Marigold.
Also, in Northeast, as I agree, like I think Mass Effect in general, the spaceships are kind of outside of the Normandy and well, the Reapers. The rest of the ships are kind of like fall into like the generic looking thing, except the SRE ships, which are what?
I forgot what.
Of course, the all female race has ships with a giant hole in the middle.
Oh yeah,
real settle there.
I remember.
Real settle there, Bauer. Oh, Helen Cyberpunk. God, Anubis 33. That's quite a long title.
Of course, the all-female race would have.
Okay, the thing that even gets me about like the Asari ships is like Mass Effect ship design is like very. They're supposed to be about spinal weapons, so these should be long, and they should be centered around a mass driver, which all of them are supposed to have, including the Asari ships. So why do the Asari ships have that giant hole in the middle? That makes no sense. There's literally no reason for it to exist. It actively goes against the design philosophy for your entire setting. Again, real subtle there, Bowler.
I mean, yeah, it's like compared to other ships, the Normandy is a very small ship, and it is a sneaky boy.
Yes, it's a destroyer, I'm pretty sure.
But like, yeah, they're like all of the guns are basically all front facing too. But yeah, it's basically a destroyer.
Yeah, it's basically it's supposed to be a destroyer, but basically it in terms of how it's actually presented, it's like a giant fighter. It's a giant space fighter.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a
for all
giant
intents and
space
purposes.
fighter. It's crazy though that Cerberus was like, ah, yes. Did they ever explain? I can't remember if in game they ever explained how like Cerberus had like the design docs for the freaking original Normandy, and we're like, ah, yes. Let's make it bigger and with a captain's quarter so that the captain can woo a bunch of aliens. Stealth frigate.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
it's stealth frigate.
I mean, the Cerberus had definitely like infiltrated the Alliance. So
yeah,
I would
they
just
do
assume
have
like they had spies.
Yeah, they have a lot of hands and a lot of pies.
Yeah, there's a lot of human supremacists in the Alliance, so you assume it was an engine thing? That doesn't really make any sense, because like they just use like normal thrusters and Mass Effect. Like, what?
Maybe the Asari just really like holes.
Yeah, that's my problem. Well, like again, like you're being real subtle there, BioWare writers.
God, yes, our all-female race. We must insert author's barely disguised fetish.
And like the Asari don't even have sex. Like they don't even have genitals as far as we know. They reproduce by like neural melding.
Yeah, they do like they basically touch someone and like that's how they do it. And there's ones that have had fun times with Krogan too. So you have like half Asari Krogan that are just basically Asari.
Well, they're not really. They're all Asari. So like,
yeah, they're all
Asari essentially reproduce asexually, but like the according to the Asari think that so like when they do a neural meld, they like rearrange the genes such that when they reproduce with non-Asari species, like the outcome it's like less inbreedy.
God, what is that? What's the one alien dude from Futurama that's kind of the same thing where they like touched someone and then like it's like, oh well, oh no, you touched me with my unclothed hand or ungloved hand, and now I'm pregnant. That's how I always imagined. Kip.
I don't know.
Yeah, Kip.
I do know. So basically, Asari are Umas from Uma Musume. They're an all-female race who reproduce. They can reproduce with other species, and the offspring are always Umas or Asari.
Oh right, I forgot that happened in the show.
Yes.
Yeah, that happened in it. Kif basically got freaking what is it called? Yeah, basically got pregnant from touching, was it Leela? I think it was Leela. Leela's hand, which, Anyways, I'm ready to go to the next ship. What do we got here? This is that ship from Star Trek.
Oh yes. I forget the name. I mainly put this here to cloud on it. I was like, what is it?
Okay, go ahead.
Why does it look like that? This is this is like something I hate about like Starship design. I hate the Starship because the designers were just went, let's come up with the most evil looking Starship design that we can possibly think of for the villain. And oh yeah, so it's just like a huge mass of spikes. By the way, this is supposed to be a mining vessel.
Yep. The Narada is a very silly ship.
It says mining vessel. There's nothing about it that looks remotely practical whatsoever. It is clearly designed just to be as evil looking as humanly possible. This is the reboot movie. Yeah, this is the reboot movie.
That's the Romulans in general. All of their ships are like, aha, we're evil.
Well, no. I have here next. This is a Romulan ship from like the originals Starship. This is what they look like. They look
Yeah.
nothing like this. There's actually nothing Romulan about this ship at all. It's supposed to be Romulan. Romulans, they have their ship design is like they have wings and they're like like biplanes and like hollow on the wind and the inside. Like that's their theme. Why does it look like it just, there's no rhyme or reason behind this ship design at all, except other than I wanted to make it look as evil as possible. And like I just find it incredibly
why does
lazy.
the mining ship have so many missiles and stuff? I mean, I guess we need to get rid of pirates, but still, what? Same beak. Oh, now I see why people are calling Elite Corsair Romulan.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, cause it have like first time chat. Hello, Squid Cow 58. I do not speak the Japanese. I apologize. And let me put this into Google Translate.
Okay,
I'm understanding
little
this.
side thing. Speaking of Google Translate, we actually have a kid in my class, or in the 3rd grade class that's like he recently transferred, or he's a student from Japan, and he doesn't know very much English, so I just bust out my phone sometimes when I have to tell him something. I just bust out Google Translate.
Oh, so I don't know if you can understand me, Squid Cow. This is not a game. We are reviewing spaceships. This is a PowerPoint presentation.
Yep, we're just chatting.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're wondering, just chatting is just a category on Twitch. That's just where we talk. All good.
Yeah, so like it's okay. We are English speaking.
Yay.
I'd love to learn Japanese, but it is not been in the cards.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. After stream I need to do my Duolingo
That's not that evil
Spanish
design.
lesson.
Wait till you see a Murex or Warframe. Murex Warframe.
I should try that game one of these days.
Yeah. I don't think that's that evil. Like that's evil looking, but I don't think it's more evil looking.
Yeah, like the Narada was just evil looking for evil's sake, and oh, we need a ship that, how big is the freaking Narada anyways? Hold on.
Oh,
Memory
that's
Alpha,
big.
how long is it? Yeah, I think it can like hold an entire city on it. And then they're like, the evil doer is like, I'm going to destroy, oh, what the hell is that planet?
Oh, it's 10 kilometers.
See, that movie just literally like slides off Vulcan. It literally slides off my brain. Really? It's not that big. It's not as big as like what I thought.
Well, Star Trek ships are small. Like compared to most sci-fi planets. So like 10 kilometers is very big for Star Trek. Also, like, what is this interior? What is going on here? What about this as mining ship? How is this any help? Shouldn't a mining ship, shouldn't the material be mostly, the interior be mostly like storage space for all the stuff that they're mining? What is all this empty junk? What is all this for?
It looks like a pirate city.
Yeah, like, it's clearly it's just meant to show that like the enemy is like chaotic evil barbarians. Stupid.
I mean, it did come from like a Romulus that exploded, but I don't know. That entire movie just
it was built before Romulus exploded. It was built by like normal Romulans, and then like that was his ship, and then he watched Romulus explode, and then he like got angry and decided to take revenge. He was like a normal cat mining, just a normal miner. He's a normal miner. And before he decided to turn evil.
Have they even done anything with that Star Trek continuity? Did they? I think they made another movie, right? I don't know.
There's like 3 movies now.
Oh. God, that's so
Let me
confused.
see.
Like,
yeah, there's Star Trek Beyond, Into Darkness and Beyond. I haven't seen Beyond.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything with it since 2016.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Like, I hate it when shows just throw, like...
Oh, wait. No, No, I was right. Have you only made the 3 movies?
I really hate... Unless they do it in a really good way, I hate it when franchises are like... Aha! Time travel. Now this is also continuity, but it's in this version of reality where Vulcan got exploded.
Oh, I remember
like,
Beyond
okay.
now. Beyond's the one where they like defeat the enemy fleet with the power of rock. Literally, they like broadcast rock music, and the enemy fleet explodes. And there's like a shot of like the Enterprise like sailing, basically like surfing the huge wave of enemy ships, playing rock music, and then like they're all exploding beneath it.
What?
I forget the context. I forgot what the context was. I don't know why. I don't know why the weakness of the enemy in that movie was the power of rock.
Maybe they were like, oh god, I don't know. Just like blasting rock and destroying your enemy just reminds me of Operation Just Cause, where the U.S. Army basically was like, oh no, the evil dictator is in the Vatican embassy. What do we do? Blast rock for 24/7 until he comes out. That was a serious thing they did. Oh my god. But yes, I mean, I could see it exploding a ship through the power of love or something. I don't know. That is very cliche. Okay, so what is the next ship?
Oh, this is the City Destroyer from Independence Day.
I knew it.
Yes, Independence Day is one of my favorite movies. I mainly the reason why I put this design here, just like UFO, the like flying saucer design is generally like pretty silly looking, and this is like they did something pretty remarkable by taking the flying saucer design and making it actually intimidating. Like this is actually it like put fear back into the flying saucer.
It blew up the White House.
It blew up a lot of White Houses.
Yes, this is true.
And there's also a sequel movie, which is not nearly as good.
Yes. As it usually tends to be with Hollywood. Yeah. I do love the aesthetic, and just like, yeah, okay, this race isn't really poses much of a threat to us. So, you know, we have a giant bunch of doomsday lasers and a bunch of fighter jets that they can't really do too much about. Except for Will Smith getting a freaking aerial. Did he get an aerial kill? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no,
or a maneuver kill.
Yeah, he got a maneuver kill.
And so, you know, beat the freaking alien by being like, welcome to Earth. Bam. Whoop that. And then he's freaking dragging the dead corpse through the desert. But like the thing I don't like, the only gripe I have with it is it had like the dumbest flaw, you know, just this dude who's just like, you know, super smart, played by Jeff Goldblum, which, I mean, understandable. It's Jeff Goldblum. You can't really do anything against Jeff Goldblum because he's Jeff Goldblum. But just like, you know, oh, they uploaded the super virus and it caused the ship to you know, not work anymore. Ahaha. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So they cut out a scene in the movie where it explained like, oh yeah, they'd actually been like researching the aliens' computers for like 50 years at Area 51, so that's why they understand it, and that's why it was even possible. And also the aliens, because they're like a telepathic hive mind. You don't actually have a concept of lying. So like, so just so that's why like the B word. They don't have like internet. They don't have like cybersecurity. So if you're able to like sneak aboard their ships, yeah, you can upload a virus into them. Which is like, well, that would have been a nice scene to have. Yeah, it was a cutscene, I believe. And so like, and so yeah, so like, it's gimmicky, but like, if you're writing any story where like, humanity needs to like not die against an overwhelmingly powerful alien opponent, you need some kind of gimmick. They need some kind of silly weakness that can be explored. That's just like a inevitable necessity of having the genre.
It's the War of the Worlds effect.
Yeah, basically.
Because the small microbes killed them.
Like realistically, yeah, what happens? Oh, we just lose. Humanity just gets exterminated. That's
the common cold has killed them. The common cold is their COVID.
All right. Oh, yeah. The big laser. That was very cool.
Big laser.
Very, very cool.
It kind of was great to like be like this, a very big show of force of you're basically ants to us underneath a freaking magnifying glass.
Yeah, like that's like a cool part of the movie.
Laser.
So this is this is the biggest ship on this list. This is another inspiration for mine. This is the Karma Fortress from Asura's Wrath. I mainly put this here for the comment. So a long time ago I read about this sci-fi book in which humans had created, so the humans were at war with this alien spaceship, and they had this like those humans in that series built their spaceships to look like humans in order to like put the fear of the human form into the aliens they were fighting. And when I read that, I imagine it in my head. I just imagine like a spaceship that looks like a giant human like flying through space. I was like, that sounds so stupid. There's no way anybody could actually make that not look incredibly stupid. And I put this here because they proved me wrong. They actually made a spaceship that looks like a giant person and it doesn't look incredibly stupid.
Mm-hmm. That does look crazy.
Oh, get this. Oh, sorry. The laser is manual. Breathe. I have to manually do the laser. Hang on, give me a sec. Sorry, puzzle. Goodbye.
Okay. No. Okay, so that centrical wheel, like, I don't know if you can toggle it. That's basically like, so that's the inspiration for that on your design?
Yeah. Well, but it's actually generally inspired by like Buddhist halos, or in like Hindu and Buddhist cultures, which is the Asura's Wrath is like Buddhist sci-fi. It's sci-fi but drawn from like Buddhist aesthetics, which is why it has like a very unique looking aesthetic in sci-fi. It's like because like what other Buddhist sci-fi could you think of? Like it doesn't exist.
Not really.
So
you're right.
So it has like the suits. That's why I love the franchise. It just has like the super unique aesthetic to it.
Mm-hmm. So how big is the ship? Is it actually like this size where it's literally like hovering over a planet?
Oh yeah, no, this thing dwarfs the Earth. I don't really. You don't have like official scale, so you only have like the in-game cutscenes to go off of. But like, it's pretty clear. Like, it dwarfs the Earth.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and so the purpose of the ring, its main purpose is to fire like a giant laser, made out of like it's like that's made up of human souls, and so all the energy is stored in the ring, and it like converges onto the point on its forehead, and it like shoots out the soul laser.
Holy crap!
And they built it because in this world the Earth is inhabited by a gigantic, a continent-sized monster that like periodically comes out every I don't know, several 100,000 years or whatever, and they keep needing to subdue it every time, and they built this to try and like kill it once and for all without blowing up the planet.
So this is supposed to be made to not blow up the planet. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's supposed to be able to kill Vlitra without blowing up the planet. Because if they wanted to just blow up the planet, that would be easy.
Do you imagine that it's like, oh no, the evil monster's coming out, and you just walk outside of your house and whatnot, and you're just like, you just see this giant starship just in the sky, and you're just like, you just put on your shades and you're just watching what's happening as just this giant laser comes down. That's crazy. Because the Earth's core is a huge monster. Oh Lord. Yeah, that's nuts. I love that I love when it just, like Ashura's Wrath in general, just like, let's go balls to the wall crazy with our stuff.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And I do believe, as far as I know, the final boss of the game is at the largest video game boss of all time. Because he dwarfs galaxies. He's like a giant like Buddha statue, and there's like just galaxies floating around him.
Oh my gosh. Like, we're getting into Gurren Lagann scale at this point.
Yeah. You kill God. He is God, but you kill God in like a lot of RPGs. But like, he actually like universal God, not just like a little god. Like, killing God in RPG, in Japanese RPGs, killing God is like old hat, but he's like, the main thing is for him is the size. Oh yeah, you put me here as the last thing.
What? Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, congratulations. This is a review of you as well. Haha. Puts on shades.
Okay, great. Am I allowed to talk here, or
of course
am I allowed to interject?
Yeah, you can. What, into this review, or are you talking in chat?
No, just into this review.
Yes. So this is the Starship Audire Astra. It is
best starship ever.
Yes. Okay. She's basically a giant, mysterious starship that carries civilizations on it, and literally contains like, entire, like, that middle section's like full of the entire worlds, right?
Pocket universes.
Yeah, pocket universes. That's what it is, and like you have it like. You have an entire city on top of you. Like, how big is that city? Is it big? Like, in terms of scale, are we talking like Delaware, Rhode Island, or Arizona?
I haven't actually measured it, but it would be a few 100 miles across. So okay. Probably like around the size of like a state, like probably like Arizona.
Actually, Arizona's lot larger than 100
Oh,
miles. Hold on. I need
well,
to go look that up real
it's
quick.
more than 100. It's like a few hundred. I don't know how
Okay.
big exactly.
But like, okay, Arizona's 390 miles. How did I not know that? This is like in terms of size, I can't remember how, like, you're bigger than High Charity. Like, the Audire Astra is bigger than High Charity. This is like massive.
Oh yeah, I have a scale chart. It's not on here.
Yeah, I
I can pull
remember.
it up.
Yeah, hold on. I can put the chart into like a different slide here. Hold on. Where is it? Okay.
Because obviously I have my own scale chart.
Oh yeah, I remember that from your debut. Like, I'll be quite honest, you kind of inspired the stream. So I'm like, I have to have the person who's like the inspiration for this. Where did the scale? Like, I had the scale chart on me. I don't remember where I put it, but yeah, like, I will say, where were your docking ports again? Were they towards like the back,
They're
or were they
around the
towards?
ring.
Okay,
They're
the ring.
on the
That's what
thick
it
part of the
was.
ring.
Yes. So in order to get to the city, I would literally have to like drive all around, like I assume to be like the freaking like length of the United States of America to get to the city, or
the docking ports at our ring docks were like my fleet. The city itself would have like smaller docking ports for your ship.
Okay, that's cool. It also now that I'm thinking about it, kind of also reminds me of like the Citadel, where like you have a city on what's assumed to be, well, I mean, that's more of a space station than that. But
yeah, there's also other much smaller cities scattered around, mainly around. The other notable ones are on like the ring on the end of the skirt. They're on the inside. You can't see them into the shot because they're on the inside. But there's other, like, 2 more cities there. And there's like also small ones in various places along the skirt. So there's people living all over.
Oh, okay. Did you get do you mind if I show chat, or I don't, gosh, I don't have that. Do you mind putting the size comparison picture in?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
I had it. Curses. But yeah, I like. Yeah, the design I could definitely see, like, you showed it in the previous slide. So like the Spear of Adun mixed with like what was it called in Ashura's Wrath?
The Karma Fortress.
The Karma Fortress. I could definitely see that. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, so this is the scale chart.
Here's the scale chart, chat. And I honestly, I don't know if my chat's, whoops. Nope, go back down. Scale chart. Where is it? Okay.
Did you talk about the Ebon Hawk? I'm not familiar with that one.
Like, even your city is bigger than the entire Citadel.
Oh, you're talking about the one from the Old Republic games. Thank you for following, Derar Knight. Welcome aboard. I am Audire Astra, Starship Vtuber. Yeah, that's a ship you fly and cut up. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I forgot about the name. Yeah, I never actually played the Old Republic game, so I should go back and play Kodara out at some point. But I've never actually played them.
Unlike the quote-unquote skirt, I forgot, what were these, like, small spheres? I relatively speaking, small spheres. Are those like black holes or something?
So the spheres are the flowers So the flowers are like gravity manipulation units. So they're used to like manipulate space-time.
Yeah, so that you don't
thank you for following, Miss Marigold. Also, hi, Gulliver. Welcome aboard. Yes, there's a rabbit. This is Puzzle Pulsar.
Hello. But yeah, overall, I love the design aesthetic. But just there's so much just it's the I don't know if this is a gripe or if this is a compliment, probably both, but like it's very different greebling from like different ships that I've seen where like it's all blocky and whatnot, but like your starship is basically like more, going back to the Ashura's Wrath, the Karma Fortress, it's very heavenly almost,
Yeah, well,
I mean, I guess for
I wanted to do a very unique looking design. I didn't want to just have like a generic looking design, and I ended up, my idea was like tech baroque is what I call it. So like baroque as in souls would be like,
ooh, yes,
would be like old French aesthetics. Like during the height of like the French empires, like they had like very elaborate, tons of detail, like floral designs and things like that. And so I ended up, I wanted to take that and I wanted to make it more like techie and sci-fi, integrate more techie and sci-fi elements, and that's what I ended up settling in for my starship design.
See, and like going back to the front where like the city is, I was kind of reminded of like I thought I was like, oh wow, Audire must know about Farscape because it has like a very like similar kind of sleek design. But I was surprised to learn that you've never actually seen Farscape before. But
oh no,
I mean, from the other design inspirations, I totally get it. Yeah. Oh gosh, I need to show, or you need to go watch it. Like, it's so good.
For the shape of my head, I didn't really have like a specific design inspiration in mind. I just thought like it would when I was just experimenting with shapes, I like a kind of wide and round face, like how head ended up giving like more like a softer, friendlier impression, versus like when I was doing like a more narrow cone, it looked like much more like dangerous and aggressive. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Elite.
It does, yeah, it does seem to, or it's kind of weird that like the wider the shape is, the more like less intimidating and friend shaped it looks.
Yeah, because
like when you
yeah, because I wanted to like be intimidating, but like not overtly intimidating. Like the spear of a dune, like, well, it's like it's a spear. It's like it's supposed to look very like deadly and weapon like, and like I very intentionally did not want it to evoke something like more peaceful.
Fear not, child. But yeah, I also just, I think I said this during like one of your Starship debut thing, like the backside of it too, kind of like, I guess that's that inspiration from like the Spear of a Dune, but it's got that very skirt like conical shape.
Yeah, well, I always didn't have like a skirt, so the idea always was like my humanoid avatar form would be based on my starship form. So like, because I have a giant poofy skirt because the starship has a giant poofy skirt. So it was always meant to like kind of like resemble me in my Vtuber design in terms of the overall shape. So like I have like,
it definitely
there's a head, there's a neck, there's a body that narrows down into a waist, and then skirt and like legs.
All right, well, that's all I got. Do you have anything else to say?
Nope.
Okay. I guess this is where we'll wrap it up then. Again, thank you so much, Audire, for doing this with me. I had a lot of fun doing this kind of like review thing.
Oh yeah. So. Yeah, no, thank you. I was going to do like a like tier list stream, but like, so I was like actually already planning like to do a Starship tier list.
Ooh.
And then you messaged me kind of coming that's like, oh, we'll just do a review thing. It's like, okay, I like that. That's perfect. And now I only have to put in half the work.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I'd be down if you wanted to at some point revisit that. Hit me up. But yeah. Anyways, let's just do a quick like outro kind of a thing, like just for those who like came in or later and just like introduce ourselves, but just like talk or say just do our quick intro thingy. I'm Puzzle Pulsar for those from Audire's chat who had or came in later, and yeah, I'm a Space Bunny VTuber, and yeah, I usually stream just on Twitch. And Audire, if you want to do your outro.
Yes, I am Audire Astra, Starship VTuber. When your world reaches its end, I will carry you to fairer skies. I stream on mainly on YouTube, but now also on Twitch. So you can catch me on both sides. And tomorrow I will be streaming Helldivers 2. So you can tune in the same time tomorrow to watch Helldivers 2.
Yep, and I will be probably I will be playing SnowRunners at my usual time. So yeah. Thank you guys again for doing this. Or thank you again, Audrey, for doing this, and thank you, chat, for coming around. And yeah, I will see you guys all later.
Oh, it automatically placed you on the other side. So thank you all for tuning in today, and I hope you all have a wonderful start to your weekend and a wonderful night. Good night, everyone. Good night. I love following you, mysteries. Oh, hello, Dark Knight. Oh, thank you all for... Anyways, good night.